Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. We are back again for another episode, and in today's episode we're going to be carrying on with the Weekend League. So in the last episode we of course started off the Weekend League, did a couple of packs or whatever, and obviously this is now the team that we've got after Team of the Year. So we managed to back ourselves Team of the Year nominees in Mendy, Walker and as well Rudiger, so that was actually quite successful. We also got obviously Sterling done and flashback Varane as well, and then obviously Harry Kane to add to that as well. So we did quite a few things over Team of the Year. Unfortunately did not pack a Team of the Year though, which is quite unfortunate. Obviously we got one last year in Kimmich, but obviously this year it's been a lot more obviously common for people to pack them. We opened a shed load of packs. We opened like 1.2 million coins worth of those premium upgrades, but we couldn't obviously manage to get one, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But we'll now move on, obviously, past Team of the Year now into Future Stars. There's a couple of decent cards that I want to sort of try and pack. Obviously, Smith Rowe would be a big one, Jude Bellingham as well. So there's a few sort of people to aim for. We've currently got around about, 200-ish K-ish, which is okay, but obviously we need to build the total back up again, because we were over like 1.4 million before Team of the Year obviously started to really kick off. But anyway, as you can see in the first game of the episode, we are at 1-1 in this, and then we pull ourselves in front to make it 2-1 with Bernardo Silva. A nice little fake shot into a finish, and then Bernardo Silva picks up the ball again. He's playing CDM, by the way, as you know, obviously in a 4-2-3-1. Jake Reeves is the cam. He's the main man in this obviously Weekend League run for this weekend, because we brought him in the side and I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. And to be fair, he's been doing really well. He's got like 5 goals and an assist from the first sort of 5-6 games or whatever, which is actually very good, and he's not seeming too bad, and he's obviously got 85 pace and stuff, so he's doing quite well. So anyway, we move on into the second game of this episode, and it's a beautiful team. Postgas Vinicius Jr., he had some very nice plays in there, and he does go 1-0 up. To fair to the lad, 12 minutes on the clock with his 92 rated Puskas. But then we try and get a goal. That does make sense. But anyway, Mo Salah has picked up the ball in the 17th minute. He's drove around the fullback. He's found Jake Reeves in the box, and he's got himself another goal, which is absolutely brilliant to see. Yes, I've still got a shadow on him, because I thought I was going to be playing him CDM, but he's obviously turned out to be end up playing at cam. But he does obviously drop back sometimes into CDM when obviously we're struggling in games like this one. We were obviously struggling, so we brought on Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, dropped Jake Reeves into CDM in the second half. But anyway, as you can see, he pushes through again, and he's going to make it 3-1. Mendy, that is a very suspect save. I mean, to be fair, it was blasted at him, so he was obviously quite unfortunate to not get that. But obviously we'll just see what happens in the second half. So Vinicius Jr. comes onto the pitch, and literally about 10-15 minutes after he came on, he scores the first goal, and then he's also going to get another goal, or is he? Well, we'll just have to see. He's going to borrow scoop the defender, then goes and scores. So we're now back to 3-0, just like that. In the space of about 5-10 minutes there, we've got 2 goals and pulled the game back level from a 3-1 down losing position. And then eventually we go to penalties. So obviously all of extra time the goals were just not happening, so we do get into penalties. Then we score the first one with Mo Salah. He then steps up with Puskas, his first scorer, but gets denied on this attempt. Well done, Mendy. So we are 1 up in the shootout. Can we make it 2-0 to us? Yes, we can. Roberto Carlos with a nice tidy finish into the bottom right. He then steps up, and it is scored by Di Natale, so it's now 2-1, but we've got the advantage. If we score this one, we're looking quite likely to win. Bernardo Silva steps up and smashes it down the middle, so we're now 3-1 up. He's now obviously got this penalty. Is he going to get it saved? Yes, he is. Mendy saves, and obviously he's now missed 2 penalties. So that means if we score this penalty, we win the game. And it's killing Mbappe to step up, and he scores, and we've won the 3rd or the 2nd penalty shootout for this weekend, which is unheard of, because I don't normally get penalty shootouts for a start, but obviously when we do, we seem to lose quite a lot of them. So obviously we've won this one, which is very good. And obviously I am starting to improve with the penalty shootouts. I don't know what's really happening, but this weekend I've seen to be a lot better than all the other ones. So that's looking good. And then this happened. The EA servers are unable to process whatever's happened there, which is fantastic. But we do actually end up coming away with the win. It does let me leave Ultimate Team. The servers were just a bit dodgy, but we did actually get the win for that penalty shootout, which was obviously very good. So we're now going to move on into the next one off the back of that, and this is the team that we're going to face. It's a brilliant team. He's got himself player of the month Ronaldo and Salah. I'm guaranteed he got Ronaldo from the player pick 100%. He definitely did Salah and then got Ronaldo from the pick, because not many people did Ronaldo. Obviously, he was a couple of million coin SBC at the start of the game. No one had the fodder, no one had the obviously coins either to be able to unlock that SBC card. But you know, there were a select few that obviously could do it, but this guy definitely, I reckon, you know, got him from that. But anyway, that is the worst goal I've genuinely conceded all year. Mendy just decided to headbutt into the back of the net. I mean, thanks for that, that's amazing. And then Vinicius gets a penalty though a couple of minutes after, so we can now obviously got the chance to level up in this game. It's going to be Mo Salah to take it because he's got 95 penalties, so he's going to step up and put it to the left hand side. A little bit dodgy because I did aim at that at the post, but it's gone in the back of the net, and that's all that matters. But then unfortunately in the 83rd minute he's coming forward with an attack. It's a good save by Mendy, to be fair, but then he absolutely skins me with this player above Ronaldo into the boy Paqueta, and he scored on a very skewy angle. I don't know how that's going in the back of the net, but it has, and obviously we'll just have to move on after a very, very disappointing defeat there. So, you know, we'll just obviously have to take it on the chin, and we're now up to the 26 point mark. So I believe we are we must be 5-2, something like that. But anyway, we're going to move on straight away into the next one. He's got himself the new obviously player of the month, De Gea. He's got George Best in there. He's got also 94 mid Ronaldo, which is very, very nice. Obviously that SBC may be coming soon. It might already be out when you watch this video. Probably is actually, which is going to be very interesting to see. We're getting a couple of decent actually objectives and SBCs in the next couple of days. I've seen sort of leaks on Twitter and stuff, which seem to be quite good. I believe that there's a DCL SBC coming soon, which will be quite interesting. A lot of people may look to complete, and obviously English Prem striker, he obviously ticks a lot of boxes there. But as you can see from this game, I just had enough, could not be bothered to see the game out. I was getting absolutely battered. He had a great team, and I just thought, why not? Who really cares? The losses don't mean anything at this point, because we'll definitely get up to 9 wins. So the next game is this team on the screen. He's got himself Team of the Year, Ruben Diaz at centre back. He's got, you know, the Mo Salahs, the Navigators. He probably got him from the SBC, I'm guessing, because not a lot of people did that card. But anyway, as you can see, we pick the ball up just on the edge of the box. It's Jake Reeves twisting, turning, finally gets the ball back, has the shot. It's a very jammy goal, but he's got another goal to his name, and he's pulled the game back to 1-1. He's scoring quite a few goals, to be fair, and you'd love to see that. But then Ben Rama, literally a few minutes later, goes to score, so it's great, we're back to square one again. We are now technically 1-0 down. But just before half time, we spot a ball back post, and it's Harry Kane to strike into sort of the empty net. The keeper was rooted there, so that's a very, very good end to the half. And we're now going to push on into the second half. But Verdi, you know, he caused me some problems, and we just took him out with Phil Jones. I thought, why not? You know, he probably would have scored anyway, so it's probably a tactical decision and a good one at that. So then we go and push through in this game, and Jake Reeves gets another goal, albeit, you know, it's an empty net or whatever, but, you know, he's still there to score the goal, and that puts us 3-2 up. And then it sort of gives us a momentum to push forward and try get another couple of goals. And as you can see, Mbappe, you know, he's getting pushed about here, but eventually falls to him in the box, and he's going to take the shot and get the goal. So we're now 4-2 up, getting the 2-goal lead back, which is absolutely brilliant to see. So then pushing on, it's the 75th minute, he gets a goal with Insigne. I'm fair enough, you know, we've still got the 1-goal lead, and hopefully we can keep onto it. But this is just terrible defending. Obviously the defence pushed up there, and as you can see, Sterling's in, good save by Mendy, but he falls straight to Mo Salah in the box, and he's not going to miss an empty net, is he really? So we're back to 4-4. Moving on into extra time, then we push the ball over the top, and it's Vinicius Jr. to get on the end of that, and it gets round the goalkeeper and luckily goes into the back of the net. We then make a good tackle by Rudiger, but he's in on goal, so we decide, you know what, we're taking him out once again, and we're going to this time give away another free kick and another red card as well. So that's now down to 9 men. We tried another tackle there, but it didn't work, and Coutinho is now in the box, gets round my defence and scores. So obviously the red card there didn't really work out, and we're now back to 5-5. So we're now going to be moving on into a penalty shootout because no other goals got scored. So he steps up with the first penalty, and we have it saved. That's a very good start. Now my Mo Salah's going to step up. Where's he going to go? Bottom right, it is the post. I don't know how that's hit the post, but it has, and unfortunately it stayed out. And then Insigne steps up, scores. It's obviously now 1-0 to him in the shootout, with 2 penalties being missed as the first penalties. Then Mbappe steps up, and it's saved down the middle. Mendy makes that save, and we are now 1-0 down in the shootout. Then he steps up, goes down the middle, and it's scored. I genuinely was going to stay middle, and I just dived at the last minute. Then we step up bottom left, and apparently it's gone middle of the net and hit the post again. So we've been absolutely robbed twice in this shootout. And then he's going to step up to maybe win it with the boy that is, I couldn't even tell you who that was, but I think it's Coutinho, and he's gone and scored, and he's obviously ended the game 3-0. So a very, very positive start with a couple of penalty shootouts earlier in this episode, and obviously in the weekend league as a whole. But for this game, it obviously just didn't work out, and obviously we lost in the penalties without even scoring, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, we are going to obviously take that loss on the chin, and we're just going to move on as quickly as we can to obviously just get the more wins that we need. I was actually quite annoyed after that one, to be honest. Obviously, I've been doing so well with the shootouts. I thought I had that one in the bag, especially after we missed the first penalty as well. And then obviously our second penalty, it hit the post where it should have really gone in, but it didn't, and that's just pretty much that. So we obviously end up losing 3-0 after a 5-5 game, of course, after extra time. So we're up to now 28 points. We'll just move straight on into the next game and hopefully try and win this one. This is the next team then. He's got himself Coutinho again. I'm obviously very scared of him because obviously he won the penalty shootout with his last penalty, and obviously he also did very, very well in the game, saved him obviously when it was 5-4 to me, and then obviously he equalised the game. And as you can see in this one, we're in a little bit of trouble. We go 1-0 down literally within 3 minutes, and it's Figo to get the goal as well, just weaving in the box, found himself some space and got the goal. But then moving on into the 29th minute, Sal's going to get in the box himself, and he gets himself a goal, so we're back to 1-1, and you absolutely love to see that. Then Figo's going to cause some more trouble. He knocks it back to Ronaldo, gets the goal to put him 2-1 up just before half time. That is not a good time to concede. It really isn't. It's probably one of the worst times. Well, it is pretty much the worst time to go and concede. So then we push on in the second half, and as you can see, Ronaldo had a shot there. It gets saved. It's found its way to Awar on the edge of the box. He's weaving, he's twisting, he's turning. It's terrible defending, and it's ended up in the back of the net. And again, it's just before our time, and unfortunately, we just thought, you know what, why not? We're going to quit out of this one as well, because you know we were struggling and we conceded 2 very, very late goals in that first half. So we're now going to pretty much wrap up the end of this episode. We've got 9 games remaining to obviously get up to the 9 wins. I believe we need 2 or 3 more wins, so it shouldn't be too hard. But anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap up the end of the episode. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow. Peace.